Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you yet another demo of using kubectl explain command to get stuff going in the YAML. I cannot emphasize this enough, how you should be very familiar with the kubectl command, a kubectl explain command, because a lot of the times in the CKAD exam, you get stuck doing the code because you don't have a good example to start with, or you start with something but you don't have the example that you're looking for. So you have to look through the output of kubectl explain command to figure out what to put in the YAML file. So that's why you're going to do that. So I have a lab here. I've already labeled the node, so that's already done. But more importantly, I want to show you how I get to the end result. So what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to create a deployment. That's pretty easy, not a problem. But the third part, where you have to add nodeAffinity, the code for that is not readily available. So we go to kubernetes.io. And we just grab a simple YAML file for deployment. And here is the easiest deployment file. So we will start with that. Let me remove the file that I do have. And I will add this in as my starting point. And I do not like these empty lines, so I'm going to get rid of them. It bothers me to no end. So those are gone. So let's first do the second part. Name of the deployment is going to be foo deployment, and replicas are 5, and containers nginx. All of this is simple enough, no problem. But what you need to do is set nodeAffinity to this node that has this label, right? So you will not find a good example of that in the Kubernetes website. So what do we do? So we have to use kubectl explain command. And for deployment, what you would notice, actually, I want to show you something first. So in the YAML file on the pods, all the things that we need are generally under spec. But in the case of deployment, all the things that we need are generally under spec.template here in here. So first we do is we used to do kubectl explain deployment dot spec dot template, because that's the starting point. We keep an eye on time here. So we do that, and it will tell me that under there's metadata or spec again. So we do spec again. And now we have a whole bunch of choices. And if you go look through these, the only thing that makes more sense for us is affinity. There's affinity here. So let's look into that. You see, the idea I'm trying to preach here is you go step by step until you find what you need, and then you use that. So there, under affinity, there's nodeAffinity, which is exactly what we need. NodeAffinity. And then we'll see what's underneath there. And underneath there, the one we want to use is this. It really doesn't matter a whole lot, but this is a little bit easier to deal with. But anyway, that's not relevant right now. So you do that, and you will see that under there's a node selector items. Okay, so that's all good, because that's how we're going to select a node for this deployment. Selector terms. I should just copy pasted. So under there, we see there's match expressions that we can use for doing the nodeAffinity. Okay, so we do that. And let's see how that's set up. Under there, this is the endpoint. There's key, operator, and values that we're going to add in the YAML file under all of those things, and we will get to the end result. But we will continue that in the second part of this video because I ran out of time. So please follow me on the second part of this video to see how I use this to get to what I want.